can pick it up now again. So I'm gonna. Thank you. Hi, my name is Madison Barclay, and the first question I'd like to ask you is what comes to mind when I say Chick-fil-A?
Overpriced food. Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Closed on Sunday.
Closed on Sunday. A lot of things came up. Truett, Cathy, I'm sure many of you have heard of him. He was a world-changing entrepreneur, and one day I hope to be like him. Truett, Cathy was a man of willpower who made something of himself and reached his goals of running a family business and in a busy world. Personal life, business life, and his legacy all combined showed the world how a true entrepreneur can be. His personal life helped develop his million-dollar industry we now know as Chick-fil-A. In 1921, on March 14th, he was born in Eatonton, Georgia, into a family of 4 girls and 2 boys. A couple years later, on the age of 3, he moved to Atlanta, where his mom opened up a boarding house. In his teen years, he served in World War II. He was drafted in 1939. He grew up going to West End Baptist Church, and so starting out, he was raised in a Christian lifestyle, and this is actually where he met his future wife, Jeanette McNeil. They grew up as close childhood best friends, and later in life, it turns out she's a big part of his founding of Chick-fil-A and keeping it going and everything. His personal lives nowadays have very little to do with one's work life. Mr. Cathy's was just the opposite. His business life is one to look up to and strive for, has many goals that people can reach. His first entrepreneurship started in 1929 when he was just 8. Little Truett ran his own Coca-Cola stand with his brother Ben. They later sold magazines and newspapers to the locals when he was 12. Ben and Truett developed a very close relationship. They won awards, actually, for the Atlanta Journal newspaper. And after Truett's discharge from World War II in 1945, Truett and Ben put together all their resources and opened their first restaurant called the Dwarf Grill. They opened in Hateville, Georgia, and the first day sales were $58.20. Unfortunately, Ben was killed 2 years later in a plane crash, but Truett obviously knew what he was doing running a business by himself. In 1948, he married his childhood best friend, Jeanette, and later he opened his second restaurant that actually burned and had to rebuild in Forest Park, Georgia. And he wasn't discouraged because of Jeanette. She helped push him and encourage him throughout the whole process. Later, he changed the Dwarf Grill to the Dwarf House, and the first store that he and Ben had opened actually was so small it only held 10 stools and 4 tables. In 1961, the invention of the chicken sandwich happened. It took 4 years to complete the recipe, and he used techniques from his mom's old boarding house from when he was a little boy. In 1963, the chain of Chick-fil-A was established, and it's actually, of course, the play on words, Chicken-fil-A. He served sandwiches to famous people of the time period to get his name known and the recipe and the chicken known. He actually served a sandwich to First Lady, Lady Bird Johnson, and he was one of the first mall pioneers. He put fast food into malls because he said that shopping people get hungry, and the first is in Greenbrier Mall. The original logo has been improved a little bit, but no major changes have taken place. Mr. Cathy's legacy is honestly one to look up to. Employees are still living out his legacy today. I'm employed at Chick-fil-A, actually, so I do it every day. Dwarf House is a piece of his legacy that symbolizes his originality and intuition as a young man. Foundations show affection to employees that he's never even met. In 1973, Truett's Scholarship Foundation was started, and to this day it has awarded over $32 million of $1,000 scholarships to Chick-fil-A employees. He had other character-building programs that allowed operators to be involved with local schools, and my Chick-fil-A has actually been involved with my college and my high school. He had wind-shaped homes that fostered children, and he was known as Grandpa to them. He awarded scholarships to Berry University in Georgia, and one of his other foundations was Symbol of Success. It awarded cars to operators who reached their yearly goals. He personally visited operators as long as he was around, and actually there's been times his sons have visited my Chick-fil-A. In 1982, the Chick-fil-A purpose was established, and it says to glorify God by being a faithful steward of all that is entrusted to us, to have positive influence on all who come in contact with Chick-fil-A. The plaque is located in Atlanta headquarters, and as an employee, I live out this purpose daily. By giving glory to God, we're not open on Sundays. We are able to tell customers to have a blessed day, and we just get to witness to them by doing our jobs. Positive influences, we are smiling, friendly, we're kind of forced to do it, but we get comments all the time on how we make people's day and how it really just turns their even week around. In 1986, the first freestanding Chick-fil-A opened, and in 1992, a licensing program opened where Truett could sell sandwiches at airports, colleges, business locations, and other places like that. In 1995, the Eat More Chicken cows started upping sales, and then in 1996, Truett's Grill commemorated his 50 years in the business, and there's only 3 in the whole world. The legacy himself, Truett Cathy, wrote 5 books for others to get inspiration from. There are books called How Did You Do It, Truett? It's Better to Build Boys Than Men to Men, and a few more. Media and journalists love his books. Truett Cathy passed away on September 8th, 2014. He was a man of willpower who made something of himself and reached his goals to run a family business in today's society. His personal life, business life, and legacy are inspiring to many aspiring entrepreneurs. Personal life has so much impact on business, and he has family and corporate positions in the business, and his first employees were actually close family and friends. Samuel Truett Cathy is an inspiration to college students like me who hope to start their own business one day. He showed the world how to make something of oneself, and I hope to do the same with my life. Thank you.
Good job.